But like I met this amazingly beautiful black lady, cultivating friendship with her, and she was like, well, I don't know if you're going to like me anyway, but if you happen to get to the point where you think you want something more than friendship, just know that I can only be friends with you because you come from Africa and I cannot date an African. In this video, I'm going to be having a conversation with a Jamaican YouTuber who wants to know why I left Ghana, the perceptions and my realities of the United States, and my overall experience living here. Coming right up after this. What's happening, my beautiful people? Welcome back to the YouTube. If you are new here, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you will be notified. Also follow us on Twitter at globe_engage to stay up to date with our sneak peek and previews of our upcoming videos. Like I said, I'm going to be speaking with a Jamaican YouTuber who reached out to me and said that they wanted to know more about my experiences, why I left Ghana to come to the US. Now this person has been to Ghana twice, and so she kind of understands or has experienced a little bit of the Ghanaian lifestyle and is wondering why I left Ghana to come to the US. Also, I'm not the one going to be asking the questions this time around. I'm going to be answering and sharing my experiences. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, juice, whatever you drink, relax, and hopefully this interview is going to bring some added perspective and is going to be entertaining as well. Don't forget to leave your comments and experiences in the comment section below, or anything that you want to talk about. Be a part of the conversation. Use the comment section and do your thing.
Hey Richard, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you too?
I'm fine. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me. And I've been checking out your content, and that's some amazing content you have. I'm particularly jealous about the fact that you've been to Ghana twice, especially on the year of return. And just watching your videos about going to Ghana makes me miss it so much. But hey, hopefully all this pandemic situation gets sorted out and I can go visit home for a while. So yeah, thank you so much for having me on your channel.
Yes, and guys, he's also a YouTuber. You know, his channel is globally engaged, and I'll leave his link down below. So if after you've watched this, you're interested in checking him out, then go ahead and do so. He went to the US as a student, but now he's working as an academic advisor. So he knows all the tips, all the tricks for all Ghanaians who want to come abroad to go study. Then he's the guy to check out. So make sure you check him out. All right. So yeah, Richard, I spoke to you and I really wanted to have this conversation with you because a lot of talk has been going on about people going back to Ghana, people not being encouraged to leave Ghana, basically to stay and to build up Ghana. But after speaking to a lot of Ghanaians specifically, I know a lot of them still have that American dream. A lot of them still want to leave Ghana for greener pastures, to make their fortune and then return. So I just want to talk to you, why do you leave Ghana? What were your expectations when you left Ghana? And was there anything different when you went to the US? Were the expectations, the same as you expected? Yes or no? So let's first start with, why did you leave Ghana?
That's a very interesting question. And it's ironic because I've been doing this series on my channel where I interview other international students, so they get to share their perspective. And so being on the other end of the conversation and asking all these, having to answer all these questions makes me now understand how it feels having somebody on my channel. But yes, that's a very interesting question. So I left Ghana because I came here to grad school, as you already said. And for me, if anybody had told me in 2017, even in May, that I was going to leave to come to the United States, I was not going to spend the rest of 2017 in Ghana, I wouldn't have believed it, because then I was in grad school in Ghana and I had also applied to do my master's in Ohio. So I didn't know I was going to get into the program, and everything happened so quickly. So my main reason for leaving Ghana was to come and see what the American educational experience is all about. Because when you are outside of the United States, you hear so many different things, you see so many different things, especially on the news, in the TV, in the movies and stuff like that. So that was mainly why I left. Yeah, I left to come here to go to school.
Okay, so let me ask you, was it because you thought that the education that you would have received in Ghana would not have been on par, or just it was just curiosity, as you stated?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Ghanaian educational system is good. Like, it's really good. Like, look, I'm speaking fluent English with you, right? And it's all part of that educational system where English is the language or mode of communication in school. The Ghanaian educational system gives you a different vibe, a different perspective, a whole different experience, because it helps you to look at things from a Ghanaian perspective or from an African perspective, the professors and all of that. But what it lacks is the practicality. So in Ghana, most of our educational systems, and I know some of the viewers are going to agree, and definitely if you have anything to agree, don't forget to leave those comments in the comment section below, be a part of the conversation. They're going to tell you that in the Ghanaian educational system, you get to learn so many unnecessary things that you're not even going to need when you graduate from school, right? Classical example, like who draws and names the part of a cockroach, right? These are all things that we've learned. But for me, I thought that the world was moving in a direction where, one, the American educational system offers you an opportunity to basically build yourself up in a way that you want. So if you are in a certain program, there are core classes that you need to take that are specific to that program, and there are elective classes that you can take. So you could take a yoga class, for instance, you could take a wrestling class, for instance, and they all count towards credit. So what I've seen about the American educational system is that it offers you an opportunity to basically customize how you want your educational experience to be. You get to pick and choose classes that is going to be relevant to you, not just in school, but long term moving forward. Plus, so like I said,
so you're saying that in Ghana, it's not tailor made, but it's just like prescribed. So
exactly.
Your program, and these are the courses that you have to do. These are the core courses. Your electives are given to you. You don't have a choice.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And so when I was in Ghana, I did strategic communications. So every single person who was in my cohort, we took the same classes. I saw the same faces.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But then in the US, you get to pick and choose classes. So undergrads are taking master's level classes. A master's student is taking like a PhD level classes. You get to sit in a class of people with different academic statuses and people from different countries and cultures, which gives a whole global perspective. So the reason I came, aside from all of this, was that I wanted to add a global perspective to, my knowledge base. How do you add a global perspective without leaving your comfort zone? So that is another reason I came here. So for me, my education that I'm getting in the US is just complementing the strong foundation that I have from Ghana.
Okay. All right. So it's 2017. You boarded the plane. Was it your first time traveling?
Yep.
Was that your?
No, that was the first time I traveled outside of Africa. I've been to Nigeria, but it was by road. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is your first time going on a plane. This is your first time leaving the continent. What were your thoughts? What were you expecting? So I'm assuming then that the information that you had about America was just basically from like movies, right? So what were you expecting? What were your core expectations?
So for me, I'm going to backtrack a bit, because for me, I was privileged to have met and hang out, got to know and develop friendships and relationships with quite a number of American students, right? Because my big sister works at the university and she's also a private tour guide. So if you are going to Ghana and you need somebody to show you around, my sister will hook you up. But yes, so I got to meet Mark, I got to meet Renee, Keshima, and all these people. And Keshima's cohort, back in 2006, I believe, was the first group of American students that I met. So just conversations and all of that, I was exposed a little bit to the culture. So again, that complemented what I was seeing in the movies. And of course, coming from a media background, I know that, the mass media has the power to make you think and see what they want you to see and believe. So I knew that what I was seeing in these movies is not a true representation of what America is. But having said that, again, I came with my own biases, right? Of course, this is America, land of milk and honey. And also because of things that people who have come here before us portray on social media. So it's like, it's heaven, right? And then you come here. So yeah, I had multiple expectations. I knew it wasn't going to be easy because I'm venturing basically into the land of the unknown. And technically, by myself, I don't really know anybody. Even though I had friends, they have their lives to live. So my expectations, I had some expectations, and coming here, just walking into my campus for the first time, most of my expectations were shut down.
I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear the experiences, please. See how many you can go with us briefly.
I mean, so I schooled in a very small college town called Athens. Shout out to all Bobcats out there. Amazing college town, really small people. Come again?
What state was your college in? What state was your college in?
Ohio. So I attended Ohio University, not the Ohio State. Ohio University, the green and the white, the Bobcats. And when I was coming here, I had a friend who was like, come join us in this village, right? And I was like, how can you be in America and still think you are in a village? When I got into Athens and living there for a while, I realized that it was a whole different vibe. Like the culture shock for me was the level of quote unquote poverty. So Athens is in southeastern Ohio. I stand to be corrected. And it is part of the Appalachian, it's part of the Appalachian community. So West Virginia, Athens, Ohio, and these are places that heavily relied on the coal industry. Remember when people used to still light fire in their fireplaces, but now we have heaters and stuff. So
let me ask you though, because this is very interesting, because as I said, a lot of Ghanaians are coming to the US for a better life. It's the land of milk and honey. It's the land where where money grows on trees. But then I'm hearing you say people are still using coal, relying on coal as an industry. People were poor. You mentioned poverty. Really?
Exactly. So that was, again, the culture shock, because when you hear poverty, the first thing that comes to mind is Africa, some part of Middle East. But then this community heavily relied on the coal industry. And so once the coal industry died, a lot of people don't have jobs and stuff like that. So that was really, and it's also been hit a lot with the opioid epidemic. That was interesting that, there's a certain level of poverty in this country, but you don't really get to see it on TV, so that made me start looking at things more critically. And I started realizing that not everything that you see on TV is actually what is. Same way somebody would think in Ghana we live on trees, and then you make a nice video about going to Ghana and seeing 5-star hotels and going to, so again, we all carry those biases. The second expectation that I had, again, people think that, you can work as much as you want, is when I realized that as a student, I cannot work outside of my campus, and I can only work for a job that belongs to the school. Even with that, I can only work 20 hours a week. And so in as much as you want to put in the grind and the effort, there are immigration rules and laws that prevent you from doing that. So again, like I said, the expectations are a lot. One last thing I was going to say is that you think that you can identify with everybody who shares the same skin color as you, until you realize that there's a divide, right? So there were so many expectations that I was given a quick reality check in my first few weeks. Even in class, I had some people who I would encounter people who would be like, hey, how come you come from Africa and you speak very good English? And I'm like, well, I just told you I came here to do grad school. So again, those expectations were there, but hey, we sailed through it.
Yeah, so you're saying that you expected because you were interacting with people who had the same skin color as you did, that they would be welcoming, but that was not the case. Like,
I mean, it's not.
By some people who were African.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a divide between Africans and African Americans.
I believe there is. But then again, too, there's a historical precedence, right? I wish there was a lot of conversation around it to see where those frictions were, so that we can sort of rebuild and bridge those gaps. But yeah, I believe personally that there's a divide. Like, I met this amazingly beautiful Black lady, cultivating friendship with her, and she was like, well, I don't know if you're going to like me in any way, but if you happen to get to the point where you think you want something more than friendship, just know that I can only be friends with you because you come from Africa, and I cannot date an African because I think the culture is different.
But let's keep this for another conversation, though, please. Let's keep it for another conversation.
Like I said, I mean, there are a lot of things, but some of these things you just learn from it, and you just don't take it personally at all.
So Richard, so even though you came with certain expectations, and some of those expectations were shut down, do you think that it was still a rewarding experience for you?
110%. Like, being in this country, irrespective of all whatever is going on, like, I still say that I'm living some people's dreams. Mm-hmm. If you should go to the American embassy right now, if you should even run a survey on your channel and ask how many people are interested in going to school, like, people are applying to come to school all the time, because I keep saying that when you look at Ghana and the lack of efficient infrastructure, I mean, you've experienced our country, you've seen the buses that we sit in. Even trying to get internet is a big deal, and you come to a country like this where the social structures work for the most part. It tells you that the little effort you put into the grind is going to pay off. And I'm living proof, and I tell my students that the society has given you what, like, the basic stuff for you to survive, like good roads, electricity 24 hours a day. And Ghanaians can relate. Like, we walk around thinking about, okay, is lights going to go off? When are we going to have lights? And here, I don't even have to worry about when my phone is hitting 5%.
For the 2 times I've been in Ghana, light has only been, gone off once.
Well, lucky for you. Maybe you stayed in the rich areas where, the big men and stuff. So yeah, for me, it's been a very rewarding experience. And that is why I started my YouTube channel, to sort of share my experience and to encourage people. Yes, it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work, grind, sacrifices. When I came to the US, I was working 2 jobs, and one of my jobs involved working in the library from midnight to 5 a.m. So I work, and then I go to my other job at 7, close at 12:30, rush to my class at 12:45. No sleep, because I know what I gave up to come here. I know some of the, I know that sometimes my hands are tied to my back because of, the immigration rules and everything. But it is a rewarding experience. I was sowing seeds, and it's paid off, and so that's why I try to encourage people that, look, when you first get here, it's going to be difficult. It's acclimating to 4 different seasons in a year is hard. I was layering up as early as October, and I remember one day Mark sent me a message, and he was like, how are you dealing with the cold? And I'm like, it's cold. And he's like, dude, it's not even winter yet, but it pays off. And I try to share that experience with other people, and even my students, to be like, if you're in school now and you think school is hard, that is your experience. But I'm telling you this story to give you perspective. There are people in my country who will give anything just to have this educational experience. So yes, it's been a rewarding experience for me.
All right, so let me ask you now, Richard, will you ever go back to Ghana?
Home is always going to be home. Come on, are you kidding me? Like, I miss the fufu and, the wache and all of that. I miss Ghana always, but yes, I'll definitely go back to Ghana. Home is always going to be home. Yeah, we see where life takes us. But for now, I'm just taking one day at a time, and still trying to achieve the mission for which I came here in the first place. So
you've completed your master's. So you've completed your master's. Are you going to be doing a PhD anytime soon? Thinking about it?
Yes. So I actually got into a PhD program and I gave that up because I got this job. But that is probably something that viewers will have to wait. If we decide to do a follow-up conversation, maybe 2-3 months from now, as an update of what has changed since the last time we spoke. But yes, if you think I'm going to do a PhD, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. With the way that I'm talking, if you think that I have the passion for what I do, and you think I'm going to try and take that giant step to do a PhD, leave that in the comment section below. But I'm kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, I want to comment too. I think you will. So to just sum this up, Richard, 3 sentences. Sum this up: your expectations, reality, and any advice for any young Ghanaian who wants to. By the way, how old are you?
Guess.
Okay. Were you and Cash like the same age when she got there? Like, were you guys?
You're supposed to be guessing. You're not supposed to be trying to use.
I need clues.
You're trying to guess yourself.
I'm gonna say 30, 31.
Close.
Help me out, I guess.
I will be 37 in April. I will be 37 in April this year.
Well, stop it. You don't look a day over 30. But anyways, I guess it's that black. But
it's also because I take care of myself. I try to take care of myself both physically and mentally. I'm very cautious of what goes into my body and stuff like that. So I'm a free-spirited living dude. But yeah.
Girls, he's single. So if anybody is interested, just put a comment. Leave it in the comments, girls. I'll give you the hook if anyone is interested, okay? So again, to sum up, Richard, tell me, 3 sentences, expectations versus reality, and just any advice for any young Ghanaian who wants to go abroad for school. 3 sentences.
Right. Okay, expectations. Don't get your expectations up there because things are changing. A lot has changed. And so for me, I would advise that don't have your expectations so high. If you have it in a point where you are a little bit disappointed, that is okay. It's something that you can work with. The reality is that don't get sucked into what you see on social media, especially what people portray. The reality is that a lot of people are grinding, a lot of people are hustling and struggling. So if you have friends and family in the United States or abroad anywhere, all you can do is keep them in your prayers. All you can do is pray for them. They may not be sharing exactly to the extent of what they are going through, but it helps to at least, instead of saying that I asked you for this and you didn't send it to me, people are really grinding. There's not like holidays are really limited. Time is money here. And so that the reality is that, and for anybody who wants to school in the US, it's absolutely worth it. If not just the US, outside of Ghana, Nigeria, wherever you are watching from, I always say that progress never comes from comfort zone. You need to leave your comfort zone to see how far you can push yourself. And so if you want to come to school here, I've made tons of videos on tips and tricks and things you need to be doing. But yes, find a school, find at least 3 schools that has the program that you're interested in. Also, start looking at what requirements you need. If you're already in school, start working on your GPA and things that will help you get good scores for your admission process. Reach out to the schools, talk to them. Hey, I'm interested in doing XYZ program. I don't have finances. How can the school help me? Most of the educational institutions value what international students bring to domestic students. And that is how come they give a lot of funding. There's a lot of scholarships out there. If you know where to look, if you know how to search, and if you are serious about it, put in the time, put in the effort, do your research, ask the right questions, and do it. It's better to try and not succeed than not try at all. So if you are interested in doing that, I have tons of content on my channel as well. You can go check it out. So that's what I would say to anybody who wants to school abroad.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. And as I said, be leaving his information down below, and he has tons of information to give you on how to apply, how to get funding, what things you need, all of that good stuff. So if you're really interested in going abroad to study for whatever reason, then go check his channel out. He's globally engaged, but I'll have it running across the screen so you can go check him out.
If you're watching this, globally engaged family, please go check out her channel. Amazing. If you're a travel freak like me, go check out her channel. She has tips, tricks, travel hacks, like shares experiences. If you're trying to visit Ghana from outside Ghana, she has detailed information on what to do as far as COVID testing and all of that. Go check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, or you can also click on the card above here to go right to her channel and just show her some love. Tell her I asked you to pass through her channel.
All right, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed us yet, just hit that subscribe button down below and come join my family on YouTube. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're finished, if you're almost to the end and you haven't done that as yet, just go ahead and do that. It really does help me a lot. It helps YouTube to recommend the video to other people who might be interested in seeing it. So go support your sister. Thank you, and see you in my next vlog. Bye.
All right, so thank you guys for watching. I know this video is unconventional because today I am not doing the questioning, I'm doing the answering, but it's nice to be able to collaborate with my friend here, Judy, to be able to bring you this content. If you are still watching this video and you are not yet subscribed to this channel, click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that anytime a new video drops, you will be notified. Also, follow us on Twitter at globe_engaged to see sneak peek and previews of our upcoming videos. Until I see you on the next video, stay safe out there, be each other's keeper, and continue remaining globally engaged. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.